Then question 280, why do men and women accept a religious vocation? So we're into that consecrated religious.
Yes. Men and women accept what we call religious vocation, or what we call consecrated religious. In practice, it means religious sisters and brothers. If they are in monasteries, religious nuns and monks. If God has called some to that state of life, it followed soon after the primitive church had begun. People, considering the advice Christ gave in the gospel, leave all things and follow me. Sacrifice marriage and follow me.
Well, this is the same like with our Catholic core and the consecrated singles. I mean, they're giving
Yes.
up marriage, they're giving up...
That's another way of
That's
living
right.
those evangelical counsels.
Yes.
Sacrifice your own will and follow me. Christ does not bind every Christian to that detail, but he calls some. This is authoritatively explained by the church, and it is the church that examines the statutes, the regulations, the book, the guide for every specific religious order or congregation. The church, having examined them without hurry, carefully, finally authenticates them and says, the church hereby declares that if you follow this, you will arrive at holiness. One thing common among all the religious is that they make 3 vows: chastity, poverty, obedience. That is, they make a sacrifice of the 3 best things that the human heart could desire on earth. Things that are good in themselves, but things that, if they are pursued without moderation, will lead to offense against the will of God. As St. John said, don't love the world, nor the things that are in the world. For all that is in the world is concupiscence of the eyes, concupiscence of the flesh, and the pride of life. And these things don't come from God the Father. So says St. John. The religious, in making these vows, is not condemning possessions or marriage or doing our own will. No. But the religious is offering a gift of love, of the right to marry to God, a gift of love of the right to have possessions, and a gift of love of the right to decide what to do. Done as an offering of love, still in the direction of the vows of baptism, by which we give ourselves to God and renounce the devil. But knowing you are not bound as a Christian, but the spirit of the 3 evangelical counsels, that the spirit must permeate all Christians. But the specific observation in the way religious brothers and sisters, monks and nuns live them, are not demanded of all Christians. So when the church so approves, a person enters that life, gets prepared, takes the vows, and lives them faithfully. The person will arrive at holiness also. You ask me, who will be holier then? The religious brother or sister, or the married man, or the priest, or the bishop? I say, I don't know. Whoever of them has more charity will be more holy. On the last day, we shall know when we go before God. But one thing is certain, whoever of them is selfish, whoever of them betrays the vows already made, will not be holy.
I know Mother Teresa was saying those that are consecrated singles in the church, and they have a rule. And I was talking to her about our Catholic core, and she has her own order. Our Catholic core are young, dedicated, consecrated singles that are giving their life to the church. But she says your road to holiness is the rule that the church has approved. She says whatever, if you're in an association of the church that is approved by the church, and that rule has been approved by the church, she says, and then that's your road to holiness. And any deviation from that rule without obedience is not meritorious. And she said, this is your guide. She says, it's very simple. This is our rule.
Exactly. That is the guide for those who
Yes.
are in it.
Yes.
That is why the church demands that she must approve, lest a group of people come and gather people and hijack them and deceive them.
Right.
The church then is responsible not for extinguishing the Holy Spirit, but the Holy Spirit can raise anyone to start a religious order, congregation, association, lay volunteers, consecrated single celibates. There are many forms.
Yes.
The church provides for them all. But the person who founds them must be willing to submit the constitutions to the church authority. When the church approves them, they are inserted in the current of the stream of the life of the church, and they are given guarantee of authenticity.
And there's just many rules out there. Different orders have different rules and different things, but this is, like Mother Teresa said, their road to holiness.
Yes. I must add this. When religious brothers and sisters are called religious, there is meaning in the use of the term. Because the word religion is from the Latin religare, to bind.
Yes.
Religion binds us to God. These consecrated people are bound to God more than others. It's just a fact.
Yes.
All of us belong to God by baptism.
Right.
But some can make further vows.
Right.
That's what they are doing.
And these commitments, like the Catholic core make, they're singles, they're celibates, and they're giving their life to Almighty God, like the Opus-Dei numeraries do the same thing.
Yes, they have made commitments
Yes.
beyond baptism vows.
That's right.
Which is, that's why they would be called religious or people of common life, apostolic life. They are technical terms, but
Right.
we don't worry about the technical terms now. It's the religion, the act,
Yes.
which is the big thing.